Team MVP, right now, obviously just hovering over on some DPS picks. We can dream, Jaws, we can dream, but we are starting off on City Center. This is what we were talking about when it came to, do you want to see those Winstons come out? Right now, I imagine Edison might actually stick with this Sombra. We talked about how he is one of the premier DPS in the Korean region, and how Sombra can integrate with the usual 3-3 comp, which of course becomes 3-2-1 with a singular DPS, and looks like both of our teams are actually going to be going for a very similar matchup here. Sombra versus Sombra. This does mean that the pace of the game might slow slightly as both of our Sombras try and build up those EMPs and get optimal hacks to begin with.
Yeah, like we said before, takes a little bit more time on the initial push and the initial fight for the Sombra already set up, but Rookie just setting up his Translocator up on the high ground. You can see Valentine actually on the small pavilion up the top here as well with the Lucio, with Fropi. GC Busan not going to have the best sight lines to try and take out someone like Finn, who's just going to be able to rain orbs from above.
Team MVP can have a choice of engagement here if Valentine drops down from the top. It does look like everyone now is going to be posturing around that central pavilion as for Sombra's exchange SMG fire and desperately try to build up towards those EMPs. Edison gets a little bit aggressive trying to pin down Rookie, who for now is going to be stuck in this corner.
Yeah, Rookie's got the Harmony Orb on him though, should be alright. Already 70% up towards that EMP. Team MVP doing a good job of building it up quite fast. Ahead on Edison, who's only at 60% right now. Both tanks going fairly aggressive, but so what? It's going to go low. And Ion is going to punish him for walking forward with a Discord Orb on it. Discord Orb's been applied, it now will be cleansed away. We'll get the repair pack of there's EMP. Early EMP, 5-6 people in fact. Instantly hacked.
Brutal. Nice
clean up by Sowat as well. Pin and the kill onto Fielder. Also, that does mean Team MVP are going to secure the point first.
And obviously they only had to invest for EMP there because Fielder having most of his health will be shields. That was stripped away by the EMP because of course EMP will remove all shielding, whether it be over shield or naturalized parts of the health pool, left with only 50 HP, quickly able to be cleaned up with that Sombra SMG. And now the rest of Team MVP can get towards their own ultimates, didn't have to invest anything else. So we're looking at 5 ultimates potentially if Froppy can get a bit of healing out here for this next fight. GC Busan Wave though, they can ensure that none of them come to fruition if they get an early EMP. But look at Team MVP's positioning. It's going to be so hard to catch all of them.
Very early grab. Fires a little bit further behind. Daydream's already going to go down. Transcendent's still coming out though, and a grab comes in on the side of Team MVP, straight into an EMP, but Finn keeping everybody alive on the with the Transcendence. GC Busan are going to claim a lot of space here. Going to be able to attack the back line with almost immunity. So what gets pushed into the center, gets taken down by Delight. You can see all those assists on the portrait as well, being helped out by literally everybody. And Ion now moving forward with that Earth Shadow, but MVP are doing a good job of stalling. Valentine and Finn finally falling over. It's only Fropi ready to clean up. He has got the beat, but he is hacked, which means he's going to get taken out rather quickly.
I got to give credit there to Edison. After he used his EMP, he actually got a secondary manual hack onto Sowat, who was trying to charge through the grab of Jasper. And that meant that the charge was cancelled, could not deliver the damage payload that he wished to. And now, of course, GC Busan Wave will start accruing their own capture percentage right now, and will be looking to try and get their way all the way to 100%. Of course, Team MVP do have a lot of ultimates to try and take this back. They invested both for Graviton and for Rally in the previous fight, and now we'll have the engagement potential with this EMP. They've got to be careful. If Edison can get in some early poke damage before this begins, then he can get himself an EMP. That's exactly what he's going to do. Already 96%. Jasper getting picked is not ideal either.
No, that's a quick reset from Team MVP. To lose someone that early, it makes way more sense just to back off. I feel like checking everybody right now, even checking Rookie. He was off to the sideline, trying to get something sneaky in. They're going to have to claim high ground once again, but like you said, he got a few ults to really work with. Free is going to be ahead in terms of Graviton Surge, 80% to 57 of Jasper.
And that early pick is terrible for Team MVP. They lost the momentum they could have had by having that earlier EMP. Now GC Busan Wave are ahead or equal on every single ultimate that's going to be used here.
Big EMP. Hits 4 people, but Fielder instantly using that Transcendence to keep everybody alive. Into a Shadow, though, and a pin onto Delight. He's going to get instantly taken out as Dream goes down as well. They trade Lucio's, but the Graviton Surge is good for GC Busan. They take out 3 extra, as Sowat is kind of alone on the point right now. He's got the Zen as backup, but he's got no other tanks to really help him out in this fight. Team MVP going for a swift disengage again. And GC Busan continue to hold ults. They only used 2 in that fight. And to 80% now on the board. Team MVP are going to have to strike hard and strike fast.
Rookie caught out here, going to have to use the Translocator to get away. Hacked as well. You are so dead, son. And now Team MVP, they've got to move on to the point.
Edison's going to go in with an EMP. Instantly the shield just stripped away from Jasper. A Shadow onto Sowat as he had no shield left. That That beat isn't going to save you now. Valentine is going to have to back out as well. A Graviton Surge to try and clinch at this team fight, but it is one Brig versus the world. GC Busan will take City Center to start off the day.
And there's such great calling there from GC Busan to only ever use what they need to. And then they identify that they have Rookie in the back trying to farm up an EMP to try and clutch out this last fight, because obviously it doesn't matter how many ultimates you have. If you get EMP'd, if you can't use them, they are useless to you. GC Busan, they made sure they could get Rookie when either he didn't have a translocator or they just destroyed the translocator. So they managed to just like identify the weakness, and after he tried to make that escape, managed to hit the mega health pack, but he was hacked there after him. 200 HP on a Sombra does not last you very long in open combat if you don't have that translocator available. Obviously has a 4-second cooldown, cannot use it again that quickly. But now we move over onto University. This is more classic 3-3, but there is going to be a Mei.
Yeah, Mei for Jasper. GC Busan running out with the D.Va, so when you do normally run in the 3-3, if you do forego a normal 3-3 hero, it will be the D.Va more often than not, because you need that Xayah to provide the protection to So What. Nice little wall there, but isn't really going to cut many people off. So What is going to be the punishment of all the damage coming through. That Xayah and D.Va punishing the shields. And that's pretty much it. That wall's only going to cover one door, Harry. Covered the left one, and everybody was like, oh, there's another one. We'd choose the right door instead.
Yeah, seems like GC Busan wave there. They saw a Mei and they were like, you know what? Let's not go through the opening that only has a singular opening then. We'll go through the one that has 2 doors, so that if one gets walled, we'll just go through the other. Good thinking, and of course, when you lack the potential for the D.Va peel on your Reinhardt, So What could be easily overwhelmed. Just was actually sticking on the Mei here. In an attacking scenario, this is quite rare.
Yeah, quite dangerous too. We remember, like you said, you don't have that D.Va. He can wall off somebody here, try and jump on the tank. Iron receives a barrier so he doesn't get slowed up. He's found Fielder though, but he instantly pops the Transcendence after killing So What. They find one pick and have a healing advantage. No way Team MVP can fight this. We've only got one tank in Rookie, so they end up backing off once again. GC Busan and Team MVP, they're kind of equal on ultimates, really. Only So What is behind in terms of tank ultimates. Jasper is near the Blizzard, but he's going to have to combine that with the Graviton Surge to even make it worth it.
Fielder's Transcendence there served multiple purposes. Stopped him getting frozen, and it also made sure that GC Busan Wave could move forward while Ion was knocked down into the pit.
Oh, Delight's up on the high ground now. Actually pushes the Reinhardt into the pit. Means he's not going to be available for this fight. Delight is going to find 2 as Daydream finds another. Oh, So What? In a very bad situation. Is going to get heavily staggered. Team MVP aren't going to be able to claim the point just yet. GC Busan continue to hold 70% now. They invest the rally and the shatter, and Fielder's going to have another Transcendence online pretty soon. Team MVP haven't really used ult yet, Harry. They've only used that rally.
Yeah, they used the rally in the last fight, but it's good for them. They didn't really invest that much because passive ultimate charge has ticked on over, and now they have the Blizzard and the Graviton Surge available. If Free can eat either of these, that will mitigate Team MVP's win condition. It's all about Free right now in that defense matrix. They need to be keeping an eye on this D.Va.
Yeah, he's on the side as well. As the Graviton Surge mixed with the self-destruct, it's going to hit. Propi is going to go down, but they trade it for free at least. A beat is going to come through for GC Busan as Zention tries to retreat from the Mei. The Blizzard has been thrown out, but there's no one really caught in it. And a beautiful pin from Iron will end both So What and Jasper's life. The one ult that Jasper had wasn't really effective at all. Everybody was able to skirt around it, and now overtime is ticking in. A desperation beat from Fropi as the timer ticks down. University is going to get claimed 100-0 by GC Busan Wave, as they also contain and collect a point on the board in the form of Ilios.
An absolute dominant performance there, especially on University from GC Busan Wave on Oasis. And like we said in our sort of like pre-ramble to this match, GC Busan Wave, if they want to continue the sort of like playoff dynasty that GC Busan has, they need to win today. They're currently sitting at 1-3. They are in the danger zone of being relegated to Contenders Trials. They've got to come back, and this is the best way to start that. It's such a dominant performance. When you have this dominance in your head over a team like MVP, that puts you in a great position to not only play in a sort of like good mentality, but also play your game. And when we talk to a lot of players, it's so important to play your game.
It did, yeah. You got to make sure your heads are in the right place, and we're going to make sure our heads in the right place as well. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. Kings Road coming up soon. Hey guys, welcome back. We've got Kings Row coming up fairly soon, and this was it, Harry. This is the week GC Busan Wave need to be able to clinch in order to not be in that relegation zone. They're currently sitting at 1-3, along with Geekstar, who's sitting at 0-4, almost getting bumped down to trials. Of course, we've got a couple of weeks more left, but this is a good time to start that run back.
The aim has to be for GC Busan Wave, if they want a good seeding heading into playoffs, they've got to go 4-3. It's got to be all wins from here on out for GC Busan Wave, and well, they're looking to go 2-3 today at least. Not in map score, in series score. They want to go 4-0 ideally, because they do have a reasonable map score. They haven't really been cleanly defeated that much. They've always been pulling into rather close matchups, especially with like Gen G, who are looking so good at the moment, going 2-3 in week 1 against GC Busan Wave. So look, hopefully, as we move in towards Kings Row, we'll be able to keep it up. Team MVP, they also need to rally. They need to come back. They are in that major scrimmage of 2-2 teams, and they want to make sure they can stand out and get themselves a good seed.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, they are 1-3, but their map score is 0 currently, the map differential even. So they are 9-0-9 currently. Most other teams right now that are in that 2-2 spot are 8-0-8. So it's a bit strange. It looks a bit odd when you look at it. It's like, okay, well, you're losing on series, but map score, you're actually doing okay. It's all right for you for the time being. MVP need to be able to also find this win to make sure they get bumped up as well, because they are tied at the moment in 3rd place with 3 other teams. So it does look quite funny. This currently
the 3-way tie for 3rd place.
Everybody is beating everybody. Like it's a whole Pepe Sylvia thing going on right now. Like I don't know what. Like it's a little bit weird.
Pepe Sylvia?
Exactly.
He doesn't exist.
Who is currently 5th and 4th? Like no one knows currently. Like that we need to find out. Hopefully MVP will be winning the series, and then they can put themselves up in that definitive 3rd spot. Kings Row, of course, will be our next map of choice. Hybrid is going to be the game mode. You're not too familiar, but you probably are. So
yeah, I'll spare you guys the explanation of what hybrid is. I'm sure you're very much aware that it's basically assault combined with escort.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Harry.
I told him I'd skip it.
TLDR.
I came in with the old double cross.
Yeah.
Been bamboozled. You've been betrayed. But we are going to be heading over to the homeland of Jaws and I, going to London in good old Blighty, as you can see. Very much the stereotypical weather, overcast and maybe raining.
I thought we put an Instagram filter on there for a second. I'm like, that is an extremely interesting look at Kings
That's
Row.
a Claradon Kings Row right there.
Man. Is that one of the Instagram filters?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised you know them by name, but then I'm also not surprised.
You use Instagram more than I do.
That is true, yeah. You're a Snapchat
Follow Jaws
boy.
on Instagram, by the way.
Wow. You don't need to plug me on an official stream. Come on, man. It's okay. But I appreciate if you do.
We plug many things. But it's going to be Team MVP starting off here on the offense. For the alternate color, I think Team MVP definitely would look better in the white, obviously.
I think they'd appreciate it more.
Huge part of their shield. Something Team Giganti are in, like, for white and green. We're like, what is going on?
Please stop.
They got to be in the black and green. It's just Giganti's colors, or Outlaws now that they've claimed that.
Oh.
Finn,
having a little fun.
Ritualistic killing of the Pharaoh right there. Have to see if Team MVP are going to stick on anything here. I doubt it very much. GC Busan Wave, once again, they're going to be going for Edison on the Sombra. Why not? It served them so well, Jaws. On City Center, Edison definitely on top of things, and obviously also outplaying Rookie in many cases. Got to be careful.
Wow.
Almost caught by that fire strike. So what, know what's up.
He knows what's good.
So what, know what.
He does indeed. Getting behind the shield, not where you want to be. Translocates back instantly. As soon as Team MVP saw that, he knows GC Busan Wave are fighting the 5v6. Sombra has to go for that setup again, so they claim a little bit of time on the point. I'm just going to disrupt that for the time being, sitting on this taxi.
Can easily be bullied out, though. Everyone's just running into him.
Ion. Oh, his shield's broken as well. But a nice hack actually onto Jasper means he can't use those thrusters to get away, nor can he use that defense matrix for some extra defense. They trade 1-for-1, but more importantly, Ion going down means Team MVP are going to have shield advantage.
Now they are. Jasper going to be taken out before he can get his mech back, and Ion will rejoin the fight rather shortly.
Still retreating. Rookie is going to fall. A couple of headshots from Fielder will seal the deal. Regardless, it seemed like MVP, they were like, okay, we took out your main tank, but we don't actually want to fight this whatsoever. Jasper got taken out so early on the Diva. They're going to go for a quick reset. But Edison already building up to an EMP. That's so fast. And we talked about this at the start of the series, Harry. If you build up these EMPs, like one per fight, it's good. Like, you're a good Sombra. Can continue playing. If you don't, please swap. Sombra, please swap.
Sombra, you're doing quite a lot, actually. You can stay on it. This is exactly the defense position you want, of course, as for Sombra, being able to set up the EMP as the enemy team comes into you.
This is bad news. EMP's going to come in. All 6 people get hacked. That was it. Finn didn't even touch the ground before he was dead. The rest of MVP are going to get cleaned up. This is what we want to see. And then as soon as that happened to, Free was like, hey, earn myself a grab, guys. It's okay. We can use that for the next fight. They have claimed a little bit of time on point, though. MVP haven't gone short in this matter. They've claimed 1 tick and a little bit, 58%.
I love to see GC Busan Wave playing on this high ground, making sure that they can force MVP to make either one of two rotations. Either MVP go to a point and try and force GC Busan Wave down, which is where you can get a lot of value, of course, from the EMP when everyone's there. Or they are forced to move into a place where they have to try and take the high ground away. And Edison can telegraph both of those very easily. This time MVP, they are going to want to go straight onto the point again.
Indeed, you can see Edison already chipping away at the health bars of So What. Ion again just coordinates himself towards that taxi. Graviton Surge is going to come in. That shadow from the back line did absolutely nothing. But Valentine and Fropy are going to go down already.
Good
nice
block.
little block there onto So What as Ion charges straight in on him. And Edison has yet again earned himself another EMP. That grab, that shadow wasn't great from Ion. Actually used it all the way from the back line. Didn't see what it actually caught. But regardless, 2 people went instantly down. And GC Busan have earned themselves another EMP and haven't been forced either to use those supports. They've still got the barrier, or still got Beat and the Transcenders online for Team MVP's incoming ults.
And you can see Edison's just hanging out here again. He knows he can force MVP's rotations. MVP know they're going into an EMP. The question is, will they be able to make use of this ultimate combination without Edison disrupting that? He can always hack for D.Va, doesn't even need to use the EMP in order to mitigate for Graviton.
He's going in
there
again.
It is.
People are going to be hiding though. Rookie and Finn and Fropy are going to be safe for the time being. So What not so much though, as he ends up going down. Rookie actually threw out a Graviton Surge in the mix of that as well, and the rest of his team were already backing out. It caught 5 people, and a Transcendence and a Beat actually was invested, so I guess it's not all for naught, but still. A Graviton Surge with no backup is disastrous for MVP. They have 30 seconds now remaining to even claim a tick onto this point.
Not a fan of Wave actually killing Jasper there. They definitely should have made him pay for that a lot longer because Jasper didn't want to go and swap. You can see self-destruct is available. That's one of the main playmaking tools MVP have left, and they're very low on them right now, Josh. They've got 20 seconds remaining. They've got 58.1% captured so far. It needs to be the next fight that they win. They've already got a bit of damage onto Ion and the Discord Orb as well. They're going up against the Shadow and a Graviton Surge. Edison's going to get an EMP by the end of this fight as well.
Okay, they're capping the point once again. GC Busan throw out the grab. The Transcendence and the Beat are going to come down as well. Both support used. They can't do anything about the Shadow. Edison's going to be able to build up that EMP now as Valentine ends up going down. A self-destruct is thrown in, but So What's already dead. Ion trades his own life, but Edison earns himself an EMP. Inflicts 4 people with it. Finn is going to get chunked out regardless of free farm in the front line of Team MVP. They claim a tick and a little bit extra, but that's all that they got, Harry. 58%. GC Busan setting themselves up now for a match point on King's Row. What a fantastic start to the week.
Flight of a Valentine there. Not quite Flight of a Valkyries from Doomfist, unfortunately. Hacked in midair, unable to touch, and that was such a good cleanup there. What a wonderful shatter we saw, of course, coming out from Ion. I talked about how we definitely leveled up last week when it came to his shadow play, and here he is again.
2 supports were used on top of each other. The grab came in. It was like, okay, we're going to use Transcendence. And then Froby was like, no, we're going to use Beat too.
We're going to use everything. We're going to be hyper resilient.
We need to win this fight. So they use both support ults. And hey, what's happened? Oh, how are we all on the floor? Wait, we're all dead? I guess we lose the round, right? Like, you need to save that Beat to manage the damage that's going to come in after the shatter. Just super unfortunate. MVP now have to defend for an entirety of 4 minutes, and that's only 1 fight. King's Row spawn points are kind of far away, especially when you're someone immobile like a Zenyatta. 58% or 58.2% is all that's needed by Wave to actually secure this match.
It's not even all that's required as a fight, Jaws. Sometimes just a disengagement on King's Row can net a team 58.1%, like we saw that GC Busan. They didn't even lose a fight. They still gave away that much of a take just to try and take their ideal fight. This means that Team MVP on their defense, they're going to have to stick hard and fast to this point. They can't really afford to give up a first tick either, otherwise they'd only be able to play with about 25% worth of sort of like leeway from that 33% marker. So MVP here, they need to stand firm. They don't have the option to disengage, and that could be absolutely deadly for them when they're trying to kite away from Edison with this Sombra, who's going to have all the time in the world to build up an EMP. You only need to win 1 fight, so basically, just get grab, get EMP, and that could be everything that you need to put yourself on match point. MVP, a Herculean task, Jaws, stands before them if they want to consider this winnable.
That's a good start, though. Yeah, Jasper does find the kill onto Edison. Nice little thruster kill. It's always nice when that happens on TV. You're just like literally running through. It's like Hammond as well, when you just roll over somebody literally and kill them.
Hammond's rollover does significantly more damage. I think it does 50 compared to like the 5 or 10.
It's ridiculous.
It's a lot of damage.
You get splatted.
As for enemies of Amon, no.
Yeah, I kind of wish you'd get turned into a pancake. Your player model just goes splat onto the floor and you turn into a JPEG.
A little bit of a speed boost here from Fropy, trying to muscle forth some aggression from Team MVP, who are playing this defense in a way that means that Edison's having a lot more trouble setting up. Already
in the back. Again,
shield
Edison
slams.
gets picked off. Perfect position there from Valentine and Jasper as well, holding up on the high ground. No, that's one of the main entrances for the Sombra, and checking the Sombra and making sure she goes down. Can't use the translator because you're stunned. Another really good start from Team MVP.
Probably desperately waiting for that amp it up, wants his team to be nice and healthy as they wait for return of Valentine. The first stick could come through here. Will actually get contested. Great job from Sowat.
Wow, that's so close. Investment of the Transcendence there. That's a word, so kind of. So what is going to go down, however, to J-Dream. Instant EMP onto 5 members. Edison trying to get away and trying to get out alive. 4 people have been hacked still on the side of Team MVP. They step off the point, not for a brief moment. And the map does go over to Jisoo Busan. And a speed-running King's Row as well. All they needed was that EMP, Harry. You did say it. They didn't even need a grab, really. They didn't use that Transcendence early. And Jisoo Busan waved. End up putting themselves on match point.
Clean play there as well from Free to get the last second personal barrier on that charge, meaning that Sowat actually just dedicated himself into the middle of Jisoo Busan wave and also gave over some energy to that Zarya.
Match point now for Jisoo Busan wave. MVP are on the ropes. They're 2-2. Everybody is beating everybody right now. Jisoo Busan wave, like we mentioned, their first series win actually came last week against WGS, a team that we thought was just incredible after the first week, and they have been proving themselves as a trials team. Does look like we're going to a quick break, though. Do not go anywhere. Map number 3 coming up soon.